It's time to find out what happened last night in San Antonio as WGS-TV reviews NXT Takeover San Antonio. Hey YouTube, are you ready for your hot tag? Because if you are, it's definitely time to work.
Hey New Orleans, this is the franchise Shane Douglas telling you want to load down the best in professional wrestling. You gotta look right here at WGS-TV. Ooh, yeah!
What's up guys, I'm the Wrestle Gamer. Welcome back to another episode of WGS-TV right here on youtube.com/WrestleGamer. As of late, the NXT Takeover shows have seemed to outdo and outshine WWE's main roster, especially in 2016. However, ever since the draft, the NXT roster has severely suffered, but new stars are on the rise. So how did they fare last night? To answer that question, let's talk about Takeover.
WGS-TV reviews NXT Takeover San Antonio, brought to you by Fruity Wipes. They leave your bum smelling fruity fresh.
Opening match of NXT Takeover San Antonio was Ty Dillinger taking on Eric Young. I got a quick question here. When was the last time Dillinger went over at a Takeover show? I can't seem to recall. Anyway, let's break it down like this. Dillinger, who was the face in the match, against Eric Young, the heel leader of the faction Sanity, who were at ringside, minus Nikki Cross. This was your basic heel faction versus lone face match, where the heel faction on the outside would do whatever it took to help the leader of the faction win the match, which is what we saw last night during this match. Now, I'm not saying it was a bad match. It was actually a good match, so please don't get it confused about how I broke it down. The finish of the match was Eric Young hitting the wheelbarrow neckbreaker on Dillinger to pick up the win. I'm pretty sure they'll come up with a signature name for the move to tie into the Sanity gimmick sometime soon. Up next, it was Andrade, Cien, Almas taking on Roderick Strong. As I stated on Sports Entertainment Tonight this past Thursday, they set up this match through Twitter or something to that extent. Almas and Strong really worked well together and gelled really nicely during this match. Now, if Almas and Strong worked together before, I have no idea, to be honest, unless Almas ever took bookings with Ring of Honor. But besides that, this was another good match from NXT that did not disappoint. The finish of the match was Strong hitting a running boot on Almas to pick up the win. Up next, the NXT Tag Team titles were on the line as DIY defended the titles against the Authors of Pain. Now, when you look at it on paper, the AOP would dominate DIY, and in a sense, about 80% of the match, they did just that. But Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa seem to have a knack for making matches exciting, and they did just that with the AOP. Now, I honestly wanted to see DIY hold on to the titles just a little bit longer, because technically in NXT right now, you only have one face team. Remember, Shane Thorne of TM61 will be out for at least 9 months due to injury, and two heel teams in the form of Authors of Pain and the Revival. Now that they put the titles on AOP, who are they going to feud with? I know DIY will exercise their rematch clause, and if they don't put the titles back on them for that, then who do they defend the titles against? Do they turn the Revival face just so they can go against the AOP? You guys tell me in the comment section below. Now, with Seth Rollins losing his Royal Rumble spot this past Monday night on Raw, and knowing that Triple H was going to be there because he's at all the Takeover events, it kind of made sense to use him here to help pour fuel on the fire of the rivalry which had kind of dried up over the past few months. That is, until what happened on Raw this past week. Rollins took over Takeover and demanded Triple H come out, so he did, and had security take Rollins out of the arena. On Facebook Live after Takeover, Triple H said Rollins came out to challenge the Creator, who he was last night, and that there's a big difference between the Creator and the Destroyer. I see something happening with them tonight at the Rumble. Up next, the NXT Women's Championship was on the line in a fatal four-way match as Asuka defended the title against Nikki Cross, Peyton, Royce, and Billie Kay. You know, I have to agree with JD from NY206 and what he said on his review that this should have been a one-on-one match with Asuka and Nikki Cross. Royce and Kay barely did anything in the match, but they did do a few big things for sure. Especially with the double suplex to Nikki Cross off the announcer's table onto a mysterious table that was just there to be there, I suppose. And Cross really went up high and came down hard big time on that table, so props to Cross for taking that bump the way she did. Nikki Cross really impressed me in this match, and I really would like to see her and Asuka work a match one-on-one on the network. I see it like that because I have no idea if they work some matches at NXT live events. You know, you never know. The table spot would take Cross out of the rest of the match, leaving Royce, Kay, and Asuka. Royce's Widow's Peak spot on Asuka was well done, so I'll give her props on that. But to those of you who have been following my channel, know that I am a huge fan of Asuka, who won the NXT Female Competitor of the Year. I sure voted for her on Twitter. The finish of the match was Asuka kicking Billie Kay right in the face, and then the Buzzsaw kick, which is the same kick that Tajiri uses, since he's the Japanese Buzzsaw one, so why not call it that, on Royce to pick up the win and retain the championship. And from what I saw on the kickoff and the Fallout videos, it now appears that they are building up an angle between Asuka and Amber Moon, of all people. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Moon, but I would like to see Asuka and Nikki Cross go at it one-on-one first and build up Moon some more before having this angle, but you never know. If I had to name the top 3 female talents in NXT right now, it'd have to be Asuka, Nikki Cross, and Ember Moon. But you never know how things will turn out until they do. Finally, it was time for the main event, the NXT Championship on the line as Shinsuke Nakamura defended the championship against Bobby Roode. This match had a lot of hype behind it considering the time span they had to build it. They called it the biggest money match in NXT history, and on paper, they were right given the history both men have had when it comes to championships. Nakamura, one of the longest reigning IWGP Intercontinental Champions, and Roode's history with Impact Wrestling and the TNA World Heavyweight Championship speaks for itself. So when they said that this was a big money match, yes, it did have the makings for it. But the money fell just a little bit short last night. Let me explain what I mean about that. Nakamura was on the middle rope while Roode was on the ring apron and delivered a flying knee to Roode and injured his knee in the process. Nakamura would then deliver the Kinshasa to Roode, further injuring his left knee. Now, some people were saying Nakamura was trying to sell both knees last night, but I never saw that. From my perspective, I saw him only selling the left knee. So I either missed something or not, but that's beside the point. After one glorious DDT, a single leg crab, and another glorious DDT, Bobby Roode would become the new NXT champion. Now, could they have done more with this match? Of course they could have. But the possibility is there, and I want you guys to hear me out on this, that they could deliver more on the rematch than they did with this match. You never know. You never know. Overall score on NXT Takeover San Antonio gets a 3.75 out of 5, and I'm giving my best match of the night to the NXT Women's Championship Fatal 4-Way. Again, props to Asuka, and again, Nikki Cross really earned my respect with her performance in this match. As far as the other matches go, like I said, I was impressed with it. It's typical of NXT to always put on a great show, and could they have done it now since the roster was kind of depleted from the usual stars like the Finn Balor's, the Baileys, and stuff like that? To me, I think they pulled it off. But what did you guys think? What are your scores? What are your thoughts on NXT TakeOver San Antonio? Definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. Be sure to put your comments in the comment section below. If you guys like this video, be sure you slam that like button like a champ. And if you guys want to see more of Wrestling Talk with awesome gameplays, well, you know the 2 ways you got to do it. You got to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon to turn on notifications so that way you never miss out on another video right here on WGS-TV. So with that being said, I'm your friendly neighborhood wrestling gamer, and I will see you next time right here on WGS-TV. Bye, guys!